Rich Kaplan here with our aviation segment, and we're going to include Travis, and we're going to include Taylor, and we're going to include Mark, and we're going to do a little Q&A, and the one that does the best on the Q&A from Richard's plane question is going to get a brand new $2 bill.
Ooh.
So a $2 bill will be on the line. Now, Richard, why don't you talk about the plane? And by the way, speaking of flying, Mark, you've had a couple of flights recently. You went to Illinois, you went to Texas. How are you with flying?
It's fine. I like it especially when I can watch movies on the plane.
All right, okay. I don't like flying, but that's another story. But Richard, talk about this great airline and ask some questions, and let's see which one of our three will do the best with the Q&A.
Sounds good. Qantas is one of the oldest airlines in the world. They are also operating one of the most modern fleets in the world. This is the Airbus A380. This is their flagship. It's a 4-engine jetliner. RB Rolls-Royce Trent 900 engines each put out about 17,000 pounds of thrust. It's a remarkable airplane in the sense it's fly-by-wire technology, which is similar to what you find in military jets. And what makes it so remarkable is you don't fly it with a stick and rudder. You fly it with a joystick, like a video game. In fact, Lufthansa pilots have laptop computers that hook up right to the aircraft. So they have all the telemetry data that they need at their disposal immediately. And the A380 is a very easy airplane to fly despite its size. Don't let the size fool you. She is the whispering giant. She is very quiet. Air France has a flight that's taking off actually in a couple of minutes. We'll have an A380 passing overhead going to Charles de Gaulle. And what I love about this plane is its state-of-the-art, Howie. The wings, if you look at it, they're cantered like a seagull. So you get maximum lift with very little power. They don't use a lot of runway.
Let's have a little fun. Let's put the first $2 on the line. Start with you, Travis. How many hours do you think it takes from New York to Australia by plane?
12.
Okay. Taylor, how many hours do you think it takes from New York City to Australia?
I'm going to say 14.
Mark, how many hours from New York to Australia?
27.
The answer is?
Mark's got it right on the head, 27.
$2 bill.
There you go, Mark.
All right.
Well done.
Keep going, keep going.
Keep going, keep going. All right, next question. What is the technical, in nautical miles, what is the range of the A380? You had to guess.
Well, give him three choices.
Okay, multiple choice. A, 5,000 nautical miles. B, 7,000 nautical miles. C, 8,000 nautical miles.
I'll go with B.
B, okay.
What would you go with, Taylor?
I'll say C, 8,000.
B.
Taylor's got it.
Taylor gets the $2 bill. All right. Next
Fun.
question.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I wish I did this when I went to school. This would have been great. You guys could have helped me prep for my exams. Alrighty.
How many people
can fit on an A380?
Three choices.
Three choices. A, we're going to go with the technical answer, not the actual. Is it A, 700, B, 800, or C, 1,000?
I'm going with C. 1,000.
I'm going to go with B.
A.
Correct answer is actually C. You nailed it.
All
1,000.
All right, so they all got a $2 bill.
All Nippon Airways wanted to do it. In fact, they wanted to do a non-stop flight from, if you can believe this, from Tokyo to Osaka, because they fill up the jets so massive they wanted the 380 for that. So they have it on order, and the rumor is it'll be the first airline flying 1,000 people, which is remarkable when you consider it.
All right, now I'd like to ask all our people. Mark, what do you think it would be like going on a 27-hour flight?
Well, I've gone on, I think, like a 20-hour flight, so it stinks in one capacity, but it's great because I can plan out my whole flight and look through the whole list of movies and say, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and then I'm gonna take a nap, and then I'm gonna eat dinner, and then I'm gonna watch this, and so you can make it fun.
All right. How about you, Taylor? What do you think about taking a 27-hour flight?
Well, mostly when I go on flights, I bring books and I bring all those things. So I definitely read a lot and definitely eat a lot too.
All right. How about you,
And sleep.
Travis? What do you think about 27 hours?
That's pretty long. I mean, the farthest I've been to is San Francisco in California, so I don't know if I would be able to take a flight all the way to Australia for 27 hours. It'd be kind of hard with my kind of personality, but I don't know. Should test it out.
Speaking to the aviation expert, from what I've read about it, the key is, number one, you got to walk up and down, you got to stretch your legs, and you got to drink a lot of water. You can't stay sitting in your chair for hours on end. You got to get up, you got to stretch your legs, walk up and down, go to the bathroom, stretch your legs, drink a lot of water, things like that, stretch, things like that to keep loose.
Absolutely. On a long haul flight, I've done Hong Kong. I've been to Hong Kong, China, and from my experience, it's a 5.5 hour flight to Vancouver, then it's 13.5 hours to Hong Kong from Vancouver. So it's a total of about 18, 19 hours. And the key is you walk around a lot, just like Howie said. You also drink a lot of water. You want to stay hydrated. And most important is you don't a lot of people think you want to fall asleep. You don't want to fall asleep. That's the one thing I don't recommend. When I go on long haul flights, I actually stay awake not because I want to experience every minute of it. It's because I want to keep my body energized. I want to be energized when I get off the plane. It's also my secret tip for avoiding jet lag. That's right. Is you stay energetic. If you're not energetic, the jet lag is going to affect you and you're going to feel it. If you're energetic, Howie, you don't feel as much jet lag when you get off the plane, and I acclimate very quickly. Hong Kong is 12 hours ahead of us. So right now it's morning in China. So for me, the key is to memorize that factor and be ready for it. So when I get off the plane, I know exactly what to expect. I go for breakfast, I relax, maybe take in the sauna or take a sponge bath, whatever, and just enjoy it. And Qantas, oddly enough, and this is the truth, Qantas announced that they plan going nonstop from New York to Australia.
Wow.
With the 777, not this jet, but a smaller one. The 900 series will have the range where they'll only have to make a technical refuel stop probably in Honolulu, but they can go nonstop.
Well, I would like to talk about a nice story about an airline trip, and it's just ironic because I met Ray Adams. This is really cool, and it says a lot about what Long Beach is all about. The wrestler, he's a senior at Long Beach High School. His name is Ja'Cory Teemer. He's a 4-time state wrestling champion, and he qualified for the World Championship this year that just happened a couple of weeks ago in Greece. And it's very expensive to fly from New York City, from Long Island to Greece. It's a 10-hour flight, and Long Beach residents raised the money for not only Ja'Cory to go, but Ja'Cory's family to go, the coaching staff. Ray Adams went. It was a great experience. And Ja'Cory came in 3rd place. He lost, and maybe Travis, you can fill us in. He lost on what they call a referee's decision. They finished in a tie, and it was up to the referee to pick the winner. Talk about that circumstance, because I'm sure Ja'Cory was not happy with that decision, but talk about that circumstances where the referee has to make that very difficult decision.
Myself personally, I never had to make a call like that unless it was, if it was a tie. Unless it was middle school, it would be a tie, but both wrestlers would be a winner. But the only thing I could think of would be a stalling or something. If the other person.
Or maybe the more aggressive wrestler?
The more they wrestled that outworked its opponent and they came up with a solution. But I mean, it was in Greece, so I don't know their rules and everything like that, and not too sure exactly if it's freak style or folk style. But it depends on the rules, and and the coaches need to tell their wrestlers that they need to know before it starts. So that's once everyone knows, then if they expect that, then that's what's your call is going to be. So, but I'm not 100% sure if it was a what their rules are there.
Okay. But anyway, finishing third in the world is pretty cool, and Ja'Cory has an opportunity to make history. If he wins the state championship this year, he'll become the first wrestler in the history of Long Island to win 5 state championships. So that would be great. But anyway, when thinking about 10 hours to Greece, doesn't sound too bad compared to 27 hours going to Australia, does it, Rich?
Not at all. Not at all. 10 hours to Greece, I'll take that any day of the week. And I gotta say that I met Ja'Cory. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy. I wish him all the very best luck. I hope that he wins because I would love to see history made. I mean, I think we need this. So go get him, Ja'Cory.
I think Rich handed me the plane. I almost hit the poor kid in the head with the plane, so I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, I'll never forget that either.
But anyway, I think Rich did a great job. And don't you think we should give Rich a $2 bill for doing a great job on the segment?
Thank you.
All right, so everyone enjoyed the segment, the $2 bills?
Thank you.
You know what the old saying is? The $2 bill is going to bring you all good luck. So great job.